welcome back to the channel. Starman here. It's good to be back. In today's video, we're going to have a look at a video that Pokemon has just put out on their main Pokemon YouTube channel. It's all about the World Championships and the return of it after the big layoff during COVID. So we're going to have a look at the video and I'll have it linked in the description. Alright, let's get into it. Alright guys, here we go. This is episode 1, The Return. This is Road to Worlds. So this is their road to the World Championships, which is the World Championships, the pinnacle for any of these Pokemon card players. They want to get there, they want to reach that goal, and there's levels to getting there. They have to compete all the way through the year, different little smaller tournaments, and able to accrue enough points to be able to get there. So let's get into it.
Pokemon started out in 1996.
So good,
first
so
video
good.
game released
Look
in
at this.
Japan. There was Pokemon
Red and green.
Pokemon Green, and there was a trading card
The old
game.
big
It was an anime
Game Boy,
show,
love it.
and it's just grown
OG.
and grown from there.
I would say that most people have no idea that there's a really competitive
so
side.
popular.
That
So
I play the
popular.
Pokemon trading card game, they'll be like, oh, I didn't know there was a competitive game. I knew there were cards, but
They kind of give me that look, and then I'm like, I've been
deck
all
building.
over the world.
I miss doing
like,
that.
This is what I've been doing for my entire life.
It's just kind of crazy that Pokemon gave us this opportunity to go to Brazil, Australia, America.
When I'm explaining
Sydney.
Pokemon to people, they usually automatically assume that's Pokemon Go. I think that they just have no idea how competitive the card.
Look how many people. That's so good. Look at the banners as well. Jirachi, Giratina, Eevee, Dragonite. Love it. So many judges as well. I know in the previous video there was, there's head judge and judge on the left there. Very competitive. Be interesting to see if they show any of the decks that people have built or any actual gameplay from the
Card
tournament.
game actually is. Their main reaction is just like, wow, type of thing. They can't believe it.
Great that Pokemon's doing this as well. I think there's a 3 or 4 part series on this, so there is an episode 2 and 3, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Ooh, Holland? Germany?
Well, if I had to describe myself, I wouldn't really start by saying I play Pokemon or something. I'm just a normal, teenager, a girl.
Kaya Lichtner, 2019 Pokemon TCG Senior World Champion. Yeah.
Likes to do some different stuff, like Pokemon.
From Germany, Kaya Lichtner!
From Germany, there you go.
I remember
Lichtner.
staring at
this box where they keep all the trophies.
Oh, did she? Wow, look at all those trophies. Oh my goodness. Regionals, Championship Series.
Third place to
Wow.
first place. And I remember staring at them and wanting one.
That's the
always.
Pikachu they all
It was,
want.
Like the one dream I want to achieve while I'm playing the Pokemon game competitively.
Energy for the turn here, and Kaya is just an attack away from becoming your
That's so
senior.
cool.
Kaya has become your senior world champion.
She did it. 2019, she got it.
Surprisingly heavy, yeah. It just felt very
Wow.
great and amazing and almost surreal because I couldn't really believe it at first.
Maybe
so,
they-
I don't know. I was like, oh, I really did that.
Pretty impressive, man. To go that whole year, getting to the World Champions, getting there, and then competing.
The World
Beating everyone,
Championships
getting to the
is
final.
Pomp and circumstance.
Nuts.
I mean, it's this big celebration of what these incredible players have accomplished throughout the season. You know, earning their invites from smaller local tournaments all the way up to the bigger international.
Yeah, there you go. Look at
championship
that.
tournaments
Special
that we
events,
hold.
international championships. Yeah, that's
Pokemon
crazy.
Worlds this year is being held in London. Every player's goal is to compete at the World's Championship of Pokemon.
Pokemon
The World
Judge. Oh, yeah.
Championships is like the Super Bowl of Pokemon, where the best prove that they're actually the best, where you'll never see someone win Worlds and not be known.
You know what I love so far? It's like young kids, teenagers that have been in it so far. I think that's so good. And there is adults competing as well. But it just goes to show that if you've got the right deck and the right combination of cards and you know exactly what you're doing, then you can go all the way. Europe, Latin America, Europe,
this
North
is new?
America? Gosh.
We brought you into the game, basically, when you were, I don't
Yeah.
know, how old were you?
I was 7.
7 years old?
Yeah. And
This
in
must
the
be
beginning,
following
I
her
didn't want to
family.
play Pokemon, or at least not
Brothers got her into
competitively.
it?
I know,
Love it.
I made you play.
Yeah, you made me play it.
You need to play. You're gonna come along to this tournament.
Yeah, like I came along.
Isn't that funny? If you've got older siblings, you look up to them, you start to do what they do and join in on their interests. 736 TCG players. Wow.
EIC
That's
is
a
going
big
to
tournament.
Be huge. It's the very first international championships back from COVID.
The energy is just electrifying. People are so hyped up. They're ready to go. They're prepared.
Wonder what the
The
layoff
idea
would
of
have been
going to
during
a new
COVID.
country
Probably a
and doing
couple
what
of years.
everybody loves to do
1 year
here,
maybe.
play Pokemon. It's like the dream come true.
Live events were announced, and I was like, yeah, I gotta find out who I'm gonna work with, because that's the biggest thing about Pokemon. It's a one-on-one game, right? I'm on this side of the table, they're on that side of the table, but in reality, it's a team effort. You gotta have people with you that are playing against you, that are building your deck. Me and John, we've always been close, and so whenever the year started, I messaged John and I was like, yo, we're working together, right?
And I was like, yes, absolutely. Both of us were doing the best we had ever done in the game, and we just kind of had it just like snatched away from us just like that. So we still have that like passion and fire.
Hello trainers, and welcome to the Pokemon Trading Card Game
Here
European
we go.
International
Love it.
Championships 2022 from the lovely Frankfurt, Germany.
Man, it feels good to be back.
Fast forward to
International
2022.
Championships
Here we
has been
go.
so long, but we're finally here.
When things shut down for COVID, I was doing the best I had ever done in Pokemon. It was before I had graduated high school, so it was my senior year.
Yeah, that would have been
before
hard.
I go off to college, and I have to like all these responsibilities.
All the smaller
I really wanna
tournaments
show
shutting
people
down,
what's
not
up.
being
Like,
able to
I wanna be
host.
Like, all right, may like me, may not like me, but at least you can know that John Ing is one of the best players in the game.
John is a player that's recently gained a lot
Johnny.
of recognition and respect in Pokemon. Now, he doesn't have that big top 8 yet at IC or
Oh,
Worlds.
shade
For him, it
thrown
would
by
really
this bloke.
cement himself
Jeez.
as one of the
Give him a
top players
chance.
in the game by doing well in this event.
Give us great draws. Love it.
Hey, good luck, Simon, you got this.
Oh, look at the setup. Look at the setup. Was it 100, 700 something players or something over the tournament days? Wow. 1, 2, 3. They got like 6, 7 or 8 rows of tables in this massive building. That's nuts. Very well set out. Multiple judges walking around. Yeah, everyone wearing their masks, of course.
I'm 6 points away.
Because I'm a senior and not a master yet, I'll be playing on Saturday. I will just be hanging around the hall, probably testing all day.
Ah, it's got multiple divisions. Okay, senior. So she's part of the senior division. So I guess they're the younger people, and the master division, probably the adults that have been playing longer or accrued more points over the season,
with some
maybe.
of my friends who are also seniors, and
Or it might
maybe
just
my
be on
brother
age.
will see some new decks or some cards he might switch in my deck while he's playing.
I think the biggest challenge of this season is picking what deck to play, because what if I hit this rogue deck that a senior's gonna play?
One really unique thing about the Pokemon TCG,
Yeah,
a lot
I think
of the
it is
game is
based
decided
on age
before you
then.
even start the match, because you pick
Yeah.
the 60 cards that you play with every day, and you don't change them throughout the tournament. So
Oh, that would be so hard. You pick the wrong deck. You get there and you get wiped within like the first couple rounds. Ugh. Got to have the right 60 cards.
probably the most important part of preparing for a tournament and honestly doing well is making sure that you have the perfect 60 cards to bring to an event.
Everybody in the group he's known. Obviously, he used to test with mostly just seniors, but all his senior friends aged up. It's a blessing for Reagan because he has some great minds.
Okay,
that
so most of
he's,
his mates have gone
able
to the
test with.
Masters division.
The final deck decision
Is that what he's
I
trying to
make
say?
is always with my brother.
Ah, so the big bro has the final say, hey?
Bittersweet because I really didn't want to hit John because I want us both to make day 2. That's the best case
Oh,
scenario.
they both-
but I also
they
knew
got
the matchup was good for
put
me.
up
and
against
so
each other.
Growing up, I wasn't exactly upset about the matchup, but I wish it hadn't been John.
That's
There's
rough.
the trading court. The level ball here can guarantee
That's
it.
rough.
Yes, there it is.
There's the
Get
scuba
Drizzile,
Competing
scuba
against you,
back,
mate.
Pick up the active. Training court grabs the energy out of the discard pile, and Isaiah Bradner wins the win and
Oh, he
in
beats
match,
him.
defeating John Eng. To
Oh,
move
Johnny,
on to day
he's
2
done.
at
He's not getting that top 8 finish then, probably.
Whenever it's a big loss, I definitely need, and it's like getting in my head, I definitely will need like a friend to like rant to about how everything went wrong and just like, and then give me like 20 minutes and I'll be like back on my feet like, all right, this is the reality of the situation.
That's with everything,
I think
man.
You couldn't have wrote it better than it was me and John. We roomed together, we were here together, we tested together, and then we played in the final round of day 1. So
If I had to
Oh,
lose
that's
anyone,
rough.
I'm glad it was him. It was his first day 2 at international, so I was really happy for him to get there.
All you need is one more win, and you and a friend are close. You kind of maybe joke about it and say, hey, wouldn't it be funny if we had to play each other, not hoping to? And when that feeling happens, when you look at the pairings that go up for the round, it's crushing because you both want to be in that position where you're selling.
This is kind of like a worst case scenario for Isaiah.
He really doesn't have much in terms of pressure at all.
Pretty high tech. Who's he playing? Regin Nishiguchi, round 12. Ugh.
Whenever you're going into a tournament, obviously there's day 2, and then once you
Love
make
that
day
they
2, the
film
next thing is
this.
you want to
I
make
wonder if
top
there's
8.
like a live stream of it. That would be pretty cool back if they did a live stream.
Prizes, escape rope, and that gets him back into his Urshifu VMAX. And that was much more of a sweat than Isaiah wanted, but he's got himself another precious win.
Well, you're giving it success.
Good
In
job,
fact,
man.
You're undefeated today. You've got 2 more rounds to try to get there in a top 8 cut. Congratulations, man, again on your win. And yeah, casters, we'll send it back to you.
It's a lot of games in a day.
I know.
You were like, no, I went for it.
I did. I said we went 401. After I finished day 1, I had been running hot in day 2. I was kind of like, all right, as long as I draw reasonable hands, then this deck is really good, and I'm gonna crush it.
Pressure would be on,
Isaiah
man.
ended up playing against Pedro Torres. He's won multiple ICs and Masters. He's known as one of the
Big
best
dog.
players in the world, and he ended up losing a really close series in Game 3 to him.
He lost. He lucked out.
What's your like emotional takeaway from this weekend? How are you feeling?
I feel right now I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I've been playing Pokemon
I bet.
a lot.
But so many games in a day,
I
or 2 days.
Ended up throwing my top 8 match, or at least I could have made a better play. And
He finished 7th
I
overall?
was really
Is that-
frustrated. I was talking to my dad, and I was like, one thing that makes it so hard is that you never know whenever you'll get another chance to be in top 8 and to get that win. There's actually a story that my dad loves to tell. I lost my first round ever at a regionals, and I came over, I was crying, I was upset, and my dad was like, Isaiah, I'm sorry you didn't win, but remember, son, you know, we're here to have fun. And then I looked him in the eyes and I said, Dad, I'm not here to have fun, I'm here to win. And my dad said, well, you know, okay, son, then gather yourself, get back out there and see what you can do.
Before COVID, I was definitely taking like the game for granted.
So is he in
I
with the
was
top
a
7 finish then? I
teenager
wonder.
Traveling the world, doing what I love.
Great that they're following all these stories of these individuals. Really good.
After EIC, the tournaments kind of never really stop. Like the next special event is in 2 weeks, then 1 week after that, and another one, and then there's like 2-week break for one, and 2-week break
It's
for
not.
NIC.
It'd be non-stop for
So,
them.
like testing
Bit of
will
breaks
just
in
like
between.
continue throughout that.
Reagan likes to play in everything, so no matter where the Pokemon tournament's going to be, that's where we're going to be. And then Worlds is obviously his ultimate goal. He wants a Pikachu pretty bad, so.
At Indy, I'm
Oh,
hoping
yeah.
to play the deck that beats all the other decks, you know, and make top 8 from there.
Oh, good on you, mate. I hope you can do it. Yeah, Road Towards Episode 2, an invitation. So there's that one, and I reckon there's Road Towards Episode 3, family. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. Yeah, if you want to watch the other episodes, head to the Pokemon YouTube channel. You can watch those. Very interesting to see how it all works and how it's all put together. Obviously, the tournaments are run. They look very organised. People managing other people. There's lots of officials. It looks really competitive. I'm interested to know if like the top guys who are constantly grinding to get to these championship wins, you know, do they have sponsors? Are they bringing sponsorship money in to kind of fund their tickets and their expenses for traveling, because they travel all around the world, these guys, and these kids. So they're traveling to different locations around the world. So obviously some of them, if they're lucky enough, would have parents to be able to fund that trip. But if you don't, or you're strapped for cash, how are you doing it? How are they getting to these locations? Are they, you know, have they got a normal 9-to-5 job in between, or they working a few different jobs, bits and pieces, and then they're getting to these tournaments in their spare time? So very interesting. I don't think the prize money's amazing. I think the last video I did on this, one of the guys won, was it 25 or 30,000 US? So I mean, that's only if you win, so it's not a lot. You'd have to be winning multiple tournaments of high value like that to be able to kind of sustain a yearly wage on it. So yeah, I would assume they'd all have different jobs in between. But yeah, very interesting. Alright guys, thank you so much for tuning in. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, give the video a like, and drop me a comment. What did you think of that? And if you do compete in tournaments in like Australia, let me know in the comments as well, guys. Alright, Stumming out. Peace.